just wanna talk about nothing to someone. Anything is better than something to no one. The imitation of the dark ain't what it seems like. If anybody's out there, I'll wait on your reply. I'm talking to only thing I ask is to hear other speeches, 'cause everything I say tells me all about my weakness. I'm not alone in silence. I hear the sounds bounce off the wall. There ain't no peace and quiet. I speak, but I speak on my own. I'm surrounded by these faces, only feedback from the pavement, and I'm drowning from my own returns. I just wanna talk about nothing to someone. I'm talking to only thing I ask is to hear other speeches, 'cause everything I say tells me all about my weakness. It seems like we'll always be the ones out of line, imagining a place where we belong, with miles and miles ahead. In a new moon, I will find you, so we can start miracles. In a new moon, we can try to feel if it's
Hello and welcome everybody. How's it going? So we're live again tonight and we are chilling in
Said
Discord
screwed.
as
Wait.
usual. What's up everybody in Discord as well as the
Whoa.
stream? Can you see me all right? I don't know if the lighting's going to be good enough or not because now we're actually testing it at night. So, I suppose I could
I'm
like,
booting up my little gigabyte, man. Hold on.
oh, okay. Oh, and I actually never asked you guys, is chat good right there? I don't know if you guys want to see, actually there probably isn't any messages yet besides that default one. I hope it doesn't just stay at that default one. Let's see what people are saying.
Your
Maybe I have
audio
to,
is a bit janky.
a bit janky. What does that mean?
I don't know. There's like some distortion in the back or something.
Distortion?
Sounds-
Maybe,
I don't
yeah.
know. It
I
just
think
sounds
it's
funny.
probably just the fact that it's a cheap mic. I think I have to reboot Restream Chat because it doesn't seem to be working right now.
Yeah, it
Uh,
just says the chat is ready to display
yeah,
messages.
yeah, and there's no messages to display, so let's try to fix that real quick, and then we'll dive into it. It's, as someone said in Discord chat, PPC's Makeover edition. So that's kind of what I decided to do today. Audio is okay on Twitch, someone said, and Blood Venom said broked. Yes, the restream chat was broked. I think it's better now. Um, yeah, I don't know if you guys like it
Oh
right
yeah,
there or not.
yeah.
I don't know.
Restream is working fine now.
Is that okay to have the chat? Do you guys want the chat there? I can get rid of it.
It's easier than having to run the YouTube, the Facebook, and the Twitch all at run once.
It's stupid because you can't get Facebook chat to come into the Restream multi-chat or whatever it is because Facebook's like proprietary. So I have both of them open. Hopefully I can read them from here. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. What's up, Hank? Pump up the volume. You want it louder or no? You're just Josh. I'm looking at the levels right now, Hank. Quit messing with me, man. It's just fine. Okay, so we're gonna start by draining my loop at least. We got these rads here. This one actually doesn't need to be cleaned. This one does though, so we can start that tonight as well. Uh, and then as far as what we're gonna do after that, we can probably start disassembling it because later in the week we're gonna pull this CPU out and we're gonna redo the D-lid. I have a copper IHS for that, so we're gonna put that on there. And then after all that's said and done, we're gonna be moving into the Define S that you guys have seen me work on quite a bit on the stream. So it's going to be a process, but if everything goes according to plan, which it rarely does, but if it does, we'll get it done in like a week or so, hopefully. So I guess we can start by draining this bad boy. And I think Crossways is closed. We're going to find out if I can even get this guy. Nope. There we go. Perfect. So, first step to loop maintenance is draining your loop, which is usually pretty simple. Let's see how far I can actually get it drained. It's been over 6 months since I've even like had this thing apart. I know I put this gray coolant in last July. This is Mayhem's pastel dark gray. And to be honest, it's not that dark gray. Like, I mean, it really hasn't even changed color, which is a good thing, I guess. So props for that. However, we got this UFO stuff that Daniel gave me, and it was actually a pretty light gray as well. But yesterday on stream, we darkened it up a bit. So I'm thinking this is more the gray that I've always wanted. And we'll put this in the new loop that we put in the Define S. So, and to be honest, the coolant, as far as I can tell, there's no clogging in the GPU block. The CPU block or the mono block, maybe a little bit, just because that has never been taken apart and cleaned, and I put that in like last February. So that's mainly what's due for cleaning, and I'd like to see how the D-lid's been doing because that I also did last January, and it'd just be interesting to see what that thing looks like after a year of being delidded. So we've got our tube. Now we need our bucket. Is there any questions to the process of draining yet? It's pretty straightforward.
Is that just dust on the top of the case, or?
Oh yeah, there's some dust up here. This thing has been neglected. Like, here, check this out. And actually, I switched the tripod so I can take this camera off pretty easy now. So let's see if this works to get you guys close-ups. Don't get sick though when I bring you up here. Like, there's so much dust. Like, look at this. I haven't taken the side off in forever. Like, I've cleaned the front filter, but overall, this guy's kind of dirty. So it's just time. And I guess we'll just move cases too. I didn't want to just let that nice modded TPC's case sit there. Yeah, you guys like that dust? Have the temps always been good? No problem. Yeah, not really as far as like problems. I actually just got done running benchmarks today. So I have the temps, like, let's see, what were the averages? It was like 50s for the mid 50s for the CPU, mid 40s for the GPU. The water stays about 32 degrees ish with an ambient of 20. So that's under load. Idle temps, I guess I never really take idle temps because I don't really care. Idle is idle. I want to know what it does when it's actually under load. So here goes nothing. And there goes the beautiful dark gray pastel cool. I think I'm just going to toss it. It does almost look like it has like a yellow tint to it. Like, I don't know where that would come from. It's like a little bit of yellow brown. It's kind of weird. Egyptian. I see two mats. What compound did you use on the D-lid? I used, let's see, Conducto. No, I didn't use Conducto Not. I ordered Conducto Not for it this time. I used Cool Labs Liquid Ultra, and it looks like nothing inside the system actually drained. So, cool. No, the Cool Labs Liquid Ultra has worked out pretty well, and there's been no problems with the D-lid, so there's really no point in doing it over again, but I don't know. I'm bored. You guys want to see it?
I think chat is closer to wanting to have you lick it.
Lick what?
I can't tell if they're saying the block or the coolant. Someone asked how the coolant tastes, so.
It smells like Mayhem's coolant still, so there's that. Like I said, there's a little bit of brown. Like, you can see it on the edges. I don't know why it would be a little brown. It's warm. I just turned this off. It hasn't been like officially like shut down and drained in, like I said, at least 6 months. So we gotta figure out how to get the rest of this coolant out, because this is a pain in the butt. You guys at home probably run into this as well. If you have any kind of a complicated loop, they're a son of a bitch to get all the way empty. So we'll do the good tip method.
That's gonna suck in 2 days when I have to drain mine.
Yeah, it didn't even budge. I mean, I could flick it on real quick, the power on real quick, and move some coolant through, I guess. Where's a power cable? Right here.
Yeah, I mean the blow-by method's always pretty good.
The blow method, I could blow into it.
No, the blow-by method where you just keep filling and filling, filling, and draining and draining and draining.
Oh.
All just distilled running through.
Yeah, I mean, if I was just flushing it, that's honestly what I'd do. I'd just keep diluting it with more and more distilled and just go from there. However, since I'm taking it all apart, I'd rather not have to deal with coolant in every component when I'm taking it apart.
Well, by that point, it'll just be distilled water. So,
True.
and you don't have to worry about ionized coolant.
True, that's true. Okay, so this also isn't recommended for you people at home, but I'm just going to power this guy on real quick and power it off. Don't worry, I've done this before.
As long as you've got fluid into the pump, it's probably not going to be too horrible.
There's not enough. She don't want to move, so we'll shut it down. We'll get it through, boys and girls, eventually. One of these days. We gotta
Air
get some-
compressor.
Yeah, there's the air compressor in it. See, there's some, like, the pump sucks up that, but there's not enough coolant for it to move anymore. Ooh, I got a lot of air bubbles in there. So I guess we can put the pork cover back on and just like totally tip it over. See if that helps. Manhandle that case. Yeah, that's what it's gonna end up being, dude. Yeah, I don't really like to because it's not exactly the lightest case, but I guess it is what it is.
Pick it up and shake it.
Too
over.
many screens, just do one. Show something. Oh, what's wrong with the screens? Does the oh I see. Let me adjust this. I see what Hank's saying. I've got it on the. I gotta switch to this one. There. How's that? Sheesh. Too many. Do you guys, I mean, with it like this, I don't know, maybe I could get rid of the one in the lower left corner, right there.
Yeah, that's a bit more useful.
Yeah, using the wide angle webcam and not the one on the.
No, I mean seeing the thing that was in the bottom left in the center
Yeah.
instead of. Well, isn't horrible watching a stream of PC maintenance and having the largest image just be like your head.
You guys didn't just want to see me the whole time. So we are getting absolutely nowhere. So we might just kind of roll with it and take it apart piece by piece and deal with the mess, I guess. I suppose.
Man, just
Sounds
brain until it's all distilled, and then you won't be too terribly put off.
Well,
Because
I just feel like there's probably not much difference between getting distilled and this coolant. Like, I mean, yeah, the coolant is definitely ionized by now, but who's to say the stuff that I picked up at Walgreens the other day isn't either?
hopefully some kind of regulatory agency.
Probably not. Like, this is just distilled water. It says nice.
yeah, it's just demineralized via
Yeah.
steam back
Well, I mean,
in the
there's a
water.
difference. I think there's a
Yeah,
difference between purified, like, actual distilled water.
Yeah, but
If
that,
they were
that
selling not real distilled water as distilled water, there'd be some heavy lawsuits.
but
Oh,
you
yeah.
gotta remember, normally when you distill water, it's through a distiller, which is normally copper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna pick up ions for sure in copper. It needs air cracked top. Yeah, I've had a top valve cracked. Doesn't that have electrolytes in it? I don't know about electrolytes, but it probably has some stuff.
Yes, the Gatorade quote-unquote electrolytes.
We all need them, man. Yeah, no, there's a top port open right there on the reservoir. It's just, like I said, it's just airlocked between the 3 blocks right here, and then we have 2 radiators. This is a U-flow with the ports on top, so like it's just never gonna come out. To be honest, it's just gonna take some. Like I said, I think we'll just take it apart because even if I sit here and tip it even more than I already have, it's really not gonna make a difference.
Couldn't you like use like 10 psi through an air compressor on it?
Yeah, you just want to be careful with an air compressor because a lot of radiators and such aren't rated that high a pressure, and you'll just blow your channels out.
Yeah, not
Just
even
do what
talking
Linus
about the
Tech
current
Tips
flow.
did this morning and stick
got
a
a little
tube in
bit.
your mouth and blow.
We got a little bit more out doing that actually.
They did that weeks ago, but I know what you mean. Just
Yeah, I know. On
that
YouTube.
maintenance
That was
video,
dumb.
do
Yeah,
nothing
that was
he did. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a dumb video. He even said it was dumb as he was doing it.
Wait, what did
Freaking
Linus do?
redneck water cooling.
Well, I'm a complete noob, so don't shame me too hard.
No. Redneck water cooling is when you take little drinking straws, fold them into each other to create your
Fold
tubing.
them into each other. Please, no.
Use like some duct tape, water cool like that.
We got a little bit more out right there.
Nah, that's just called dollar store water cooling. That's all that is.
Although the thing is, real soft tubing would probably be cheaper than buying that many straws and doing them like that.
That gray is nice. Yeah. It's too bad it's going away.
Well, I mean, you're putting in another gray, so.
It's true. I do like the other gray that I made up a lot better. It's a lot darker. Daniel is sending more, and he's actually gonna be sending us cleaner. Speaking of,
Did you end up filtering it again or no?
yeah, I filtered it like 8 times, but at the end it really wasn't catching much anymore. And so like a little bit of the white like still will get suspended. So I'm not sure if I can filter that out or not. I've tried, but I think it'll just probably be fine anyways. It mixes right back in pretty easily. So this is a lot better gray in my opinion. We can either keep trying to drain that or we can start on the rad, which is pretty simple. I can show you guys how to use Mayhem Splits Part 1 if you guys want to see that. Because that takes 6 to 12 hours to clean a rad. And this guy is already clean, so we'll set him off to the side. This bad boy, though, however, is not clean yet. So that is something we do need to do. Ooh, that is pretty nice. I've got 2 bottles of Daniel's 3D Yellow on the way from you for a Case Labs build. Can't wait. Dude, that sounds pretty dope. Yellow. The yellow seems to be like a hot color right now for some reason. It's what PCs crave, Ryan said about the electrolytes. I don't know if they really need them, but sure. So this says 250 milliliters to 750 milliliters of water. If we want to do this properly, what we're going to do here is fill up this rad with distilled and see how much it actually holds. People in chat could like write this down for future reference because this is just the Hardware Labs 420 GTS, and I already got water all over my mat. It's a pain filling up rads. It's already full. There's no way. That was like no water at all. And we got a whole lot of Mayhem Splits to use, boys. People are gonna get salty if I say that too much though, because it's been out of stock for like 2 months. Okay. I think it is pretty much full. I don't know how this rad does not have much for capacity, but I suppose it is a slim rad. So here we go. We're gonna measure it. It's empty. This is full. Mostly pretty much full.
Oh wow, it didn't spill everywhere.
It did a little bit. It's just water though, I'm not really too worried about it. This is like a super old mouse pad that's just ginormous, so it's a good modding mat now.
This anti-static mod mat?
No, I don't know if it's anti-static, but I don't think my radiator really cares too much about static electricity now, do you, Mr. Copper Radiator? Nope, he doesn't. You had to set it for 12 hours and run it to your loop for 12 hours. So with the Blitz Part 1, this is just for the rads. You put this in for like 12 hours, or it says 6 to 12. So we got, how much do we have in here? Not even 100 milliliters. Impressive. So you put the Mayhem Splits Part 1 in here for 6 to 12 hours, and then you come back and you shake it all about, and then you flush it several times with distilled water. It says 2 more times on here. I'd probably do it like half a dozen times if it were me, which is probably what I'm going to do. Then for the Mayhem Splits Part 2, which is for your whole system, you run that in your system for 12 to 24 hours, and then you flush that like 4 times over with distilled, which once again I still do like half a dozen just to make sure that it's all out. You don't really want this stuff in your system. It's good cleaner, but it's not good coolant, so keep that in mind if you guys pick up some Blitz. This is the best tool I purchased for doing my loop as far as filling and removing fluids. What did you link? We'll check it out. Oh yeah, I have that. Oh, it's on my desk because I used it to top off my coolant before. I have one of those
Wait,
though.
where was that message? I don't see that going through anywhere.
That's on Facebook.
Oh, that's on Facebook?
Yeah, and that doesn't go through on the stupid Restream multi-chat. Sorry, boys and girls. So, if this is a 1 to 3 ratio and this holds about 100 milliliters, that means we need, where is the bottle? Right here. So 1 to 3 ratio. and this is going to take 100 milliliters, so we need like 33 milliliters of Blitz Part 1, which isn't really a mark on here, but we'll just put 30 and call it a day. Should be good. So here we go, boys and girls. So there's our 30 milliliters of Blitz Part 1.
Yes, a mythical Blitz has been out of stock since like January.
Can be disposed of to gray water drain. Yep, good stuff. Okay, so now we need to add 100 milliliters of water. Oh, I suppose I should have left the Blitz in the little measuring cup at first, so we can measure out 100 milliliters of water. So, there we go. And now we mix in the Blitz. We'll use my X-Acto stir stick once again. So we got a good amount of people talking in chat. Should we do a giveaway tonight? Ooh.
Oh my.
Are you guys interested in a giveaway? Say yes in
I like
chat.
things.
I like things and stuff. You like stuff?
I like.
Yeah.
You guys want some
stuff? Things, doodads, thingamabobs, gewgaws.
Whatever it may be. We could probably do that if people are interested. I gotta mute you, all you kind fellow gentlemen, and if there are any ladies in Discord chat. I'll have to mute you guys. I can do that in a second. We're gonna fill this guy up, and then we can do a giveaway. Give it away now. I like
Wait, Matt, are
Cody.
you assuming we have binary genders in here?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Please
tell
no, not tonight. Okay, she's more than full. I got some nice Blitz on my mod mat. Glorious. That's okay. It's like $10 on Amazon. Busted tub.
Flowmaster. Wow.
I use old Mayhem's premix bottles. Yeah, using old coolant bottles for mixing usually works out pretty well, especially since they can hold the same amount of coolant. Okay, so we got the Blitz Part 1 in the rad. It's usually good to wipe it all down. This stuff isn't good to just leave sitting on stuff. I too am interested in free things. Okay then. I don't even know if the boss man is here anymore, so I guess we might as well. Hank, I guess you can try to win your own giveaway if you're in there. Out there. Wherever you may be. So, I'll mute the Discord chat here and then we shall do this giveaway. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So, the giveaway question shall
Is
be...
the answer gonna be front panel mesh again?
Oh, I have to mute him. These guys are going to troll me the whole time. Okay, so, going from the top. The giveaway question will be, how many different colors of Mayhem's Premix Pastel are there? Go! I want to hear the answer. It's a number, by the way. So if any of you guys are like thinking about just 42, Damon, no. Good try, though. At least you guessed the number. I mean, some people might try to guess a color or a letter, or you never know. So you're on the right track, but no. So we're going to give this guy a good little shake. Make sure that Blitz is all mixed up in there. And I will come back in the morning and finish flushing Mr. 420 Rad. Meanwhile, this guy is still going to be a bugger. So I guess we can tackle that while you guys sit there and guess. 24. Sorry, no, Mr. Ryan. What's your last name? Peacher. No, sir. Sorry. Closer, though. You're getting warmer. 11. No, sir. Wrong again. Oh, by the way, I suppose I can tell you what the giveaway is for, right? Before you guys actually like win this. Oh, well, Zeke already won it, but it was for Mayhem's Blitz Part 2, bottle of that. As soon as we get it in stock. We actually don't have it in stock currently, but as soon as we do, we'll send you a bottle, I think within the next week or two. Do we count different sizes? No, that's why I said the premix. So, Mr. Zeke Levin, hit me up on Facebook, send me a message, or if you're on our Discord, you can send me a message there too.
I just went on Mayhem's.
Yeah, wait. Lightning Man, aren't you Zeke?
No,
No.
I'm Zeke.
Who's that? On Sweet Iced Tea?
On Sweet Iced Tea is Zeke, yes.
Oh, bugger. Okay, I should have told you guys. I didn't even tell you guys what the giveaway was for. I should have said you get a pile of dog crap or something now. What was the answer? The answer was 13. There's 13
Yeah,
premix
it was
pastel coolants, at least available right now. Tea's probably made many more colors than that. However, that is all that is available at the current time.
Yeah.
All
That's
that
what's
any,
on the site.
yeah, all that anybody could have figured out themselves at least, unless you're Mick. But I have Mick on Facebook and he didn't say anything. So we're still trying to get his coolant out of my rig, and it's going less than well. You guys think I should just start taking it apart and have fun with the mess? Or you really think I should mix distilled through?
Like I said, I'm in favor of the blow-by method, so.
I mean, I could. What do we got here? We're a half
You have
hour
a
in.
syringe you could stick in to just get the stuff out?
Well, actually, you know what I could do? I mean,
Or if
There's
you have a
always
fill
this.
bottle, you could stick in pre-squeezed and have it suck stuff out.
there's always this method that we could use. I got this piece of tubing right here. I don't really want to use that piece. Somebody, I think, mentioned this. This is the good old method, especially when we're trying to drain it. This shouldn't matter. I need a fitting. Fitting, where are you? Right here. Okie doke. So, we got ourselves a nice little handy dandy compression fitting right here, which we shall put right on the reservoir. Right here. I don't have another barb, but a compression fitting is still essentially a barb. So, here we go. And we're going to give the computer a little bit of a blow. And we're probably not going to get anything anywhere.
Don't show us you're about 2
Yep.
feet now.
It is definitely not going to move. You can see the coolant go up like that much, and it goes nowhere else. Yep, nothing at all. So that was a dud method. You can still sit here and try to. I mean, it is probably just locked between this radiator and this radiator, and the rest of the coolant doesn't move. Only the pastel blue says premix. All of them should say premix.
Well, yeah, only one of them says it in the title
Oh.
of the thing, though. They all have premix in there, and they're all part of the premix category.
That's what I
Mayhem's,
think.
whenever
1
they were making their
liter.
site, got lazy.
Yeah. 1 liter bottles are usually a premix.
Well, I mean, the name of the page is Pastel Premix 1 liter. They just only typed in 1 liter premix twice in the title for blue.
Oh, I see.
So it was sort of just redundant.
Okay, so I think you guys are really in for the. You want me to fill it up with distilled and keep running it through and through and through and through until we get clean coolant? I mean, I can go for it. So I guess we can do that method.
Do you have enough distilled for that?
Yes, I have a ton of distilled behind me, behind the pegboard actually. So here goes nothing. And I really have no use for it besides exactly this.
So there you go.
So if we loosen up a cap on top. So the only sad thing about transferring builds is I won't be using this beautiful Singularities pump res anymore. I'll be using the pump, but I'm just gonna get an EKX top for it, another one. Because it's got the built-in res. Fill it with soda. The acid really cleans it out. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I'm not so sure about EK water blocks and Coca-Cola, but I guess we could figure it out.
I mean,
Couldn't
that
get-
sounds like
Yeah,
superheat sugar getting stuck beside the tubes.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like to me.
Aaron, it depends on, like, if you were talking about just straight up vertically, to if you have like your pump top and then you have the reservoir above it, and then you connect it straight with an extension, that usually works just fine. However, like if you're trying to like hold it like sideways at an angle, like horizontally, you might run into an issue where it is bending the fitting or whatever, and then it could leak. So that's probably not the best. Come on. Okay, we gotta open the other side. This thing's being a pain in the ass to fill. Come on. I can't get this cover off. I got it on there pretty good. I guess we'll just have to leave this one loose and deal with the little bit of mess it makes. Oops. Well, that's just glorious. It's a good thing we're not powering it on for a week. Not that anything actually really got that bad there, but it's always good practice to leave paper towels down, which I clearly didn't do. So we had a little drip. It's this damn top. He's taking Powder's loop to put in case he's been modding for a while. Yes, sir. 2 large podium reses that you haven't used. What a shame, man. They're really nice pump reses. So I'd recommend giving them a shot if you would ever get the chance.
Yeah, I have a 100 millimeter EDC pump on its way, so that's gonna be fun.
I can't get this damn port cover loose, so we're just gonna get it loose one way or another. There. Now it will fill up. So actually, before we do transfer the build, we gotta put a fill port on that bad boy, so we don't have to look like goofballs with our tube like this. So now we're gonna actually grab the power supply jumper from the test bench, which is right here, because I don't really feel like maybe frying something tonight. That would definitely set this back more than a week. So we got our handy dandy PSU jumper here, and I won't be able to unplug the 8-pin. So hopefully I don't get the motherboard like super wet or anything, but that's not really the plan. So we shall unplug our beautiful cable mod cables. Maybe one of these days. Ah, there we go. And we'll get the jumper.
Oh yeah, you got that PSU shroud, so you can't actually get to the PSU itself.
Yeah. Well,
They're
I guess I
funny.
could from the back, but I really don't expect to get my motherboard that wet doing this. So.
Yeah, I had the same issue. Annoying.
So let's
I wish
pour-
more companies had that thing that I know Fractal and Cooler Master usually do with that the little power supply bracket that screws in. It just has 2 thumb screws on the side. It's so much easier than going in through the sides.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be nice.
The lights turned on. That's not supposed to happen. Because the pump should turn on. That's really goofy. Why did the lights turn on?
the CPU's plugged in. It's got 12 volt power from that. A little weird it comes off the CPU 8 pin though.
However, the jumper does not seem to be doing its job in jumping the PSU. Because
Well, I mean, if it wasn't doing its job, how would any of the lights be on?
that's true, I guess, but why isn't the pump turning on then? That's what I
Have
don't
you
know.
checked to see if the plug's all the way in?
What plug?
Like, from the PSU to see if it's actually plugged all the way in. And I don't know if you're using actually, no, if it was PWM, it would just run full.
Yeah. It was running before when we powered it on all the way. Like, I wasn't using the jumper before when I powered it on last time to try to get it to push coolant through. So now it's just like being
Oh,
weird.
maybe it was loose, and when you were shaking the case, it sort of wiggled out.
No, that's
You can
true.
always check the connection.
We can shake lay connection. Should probably turn it off first though.
Probably.
It's a good play.
What board is that?
It's a Maximus 8 Hero.
Interesting.
It's pretty old now, I guess. It wasn't that old when I got it.
The fact that the CPU pin powers the RGB LEDs is kind of worrisome.
But no, that's
Yeah.
not what's happening, dude. They're cable mod LEDs. They're just plugged in via Molex or SATA power.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're not going off the board. The pump is still plugged in just fine. And I mean, like, why would the pump not turn on now? Like, that just doesn't make sense. And what I'm also saying is, like, it shouldn't just automatically turn on the lights either, because when the system has power, just latent power, just plugged in, the lights don't come on, the LEDs don't come on. It's only once you actually have power to the rest of the system that the LEDs ever came on. So something is weird.
Either that or you killed your pump.
That would suck.
I guess that would suck, but that's a pretty cheap replacement. I mean, oh, you guys know why? Because it's still plugged into PWM.
Wait, so it's not receiving a signal, it's just...
No, when PWM
Either.
isn't getting power, it just runs at full speed.
Yeah, but if you have it plugged in, it usually, just watch. It'll work now.
That would be really weird.
Just you watch.
I mean, I guess motherboard off, default signal is 0. So.
Look at that.
Well, you will in a few seconds.
Oh, I suppose, yeah. See, I told you. It looks like it's defaulting to like half speed though.
That's really weird. That's like not how PWM works.
Yeah.
But
that
it
is kind of
does.
how EK thinks, so...
I believe it's a
Yeah.
D5G2.
Eh.
So, since we don't want to sit here and keep pounding on and off, we can let this distilled mix in with the gray. Add a little bit more. Yeah, it really seems like it's running at like half speed though. I wonder if this isn't a VP655. That's what the
Speaking of PWM pumps, do you know a way to get a pump that doesn't have PWM speed control or anything to run slower?
Voltage control.
Yeah. Does it have
Well,
any kind of like
no,
attack?
yeah, it has TAC, but it's just TAC and a Molex connection.
If you can somehow voltage control the Molex, the power, the level, the amount of volts you're putting through the Molex, then you could.
Yeah.
Oops, Matt, please. That's why it's plugged in like that. There's just a little spill right there. So we're slowly mixing it together. This is going at like less than half speed though, it seems like, for some odd reason. But what I'm gonna do is kind of just let it keep running, and we'll drain it halfway, and then we'll fill it back up. Just like, oh, who was that? Lightning Man told me to do this, or is that on Sweet Iced Tea?
I said something about it. I don't know if T did, though.
Well, if it's talking about flushing through water to eventually clear it, that was all lightning.
Was it all your idea?
Yeah, he just kept on repeating it, so you may have thought.
This is just the long way. Like, my way would have taken less time. We already had it apart. We just had a gray mess instead of a distilled water mess.
Yeah, but then it won't stay in the interior. Or the parts.
We're-
You'll get a mess.
Yeah, but I mean, the case is changing. Who cares?
Except, you know, your components.
I guess they care.
If they get dye gray. We turn on a microwave.
Oh yeah, I did.
Alright then.
Oops. There we go again. Well, this is why we're flushing it and taking it all apart. We just got to get it all out one way or another. Oops. Cat PCs. It is the most common thing to run a pump off of a separate power supply for testing maintenance. Like, yeah, you can. We actually sell the Phobia Phantom power supply. What, I forget what it's called. Phobia. It's a Phobia power supply though. 12 volt. You just plug it in the wall, and it just has like, it has like 3 or 4 Molex connections off of it. Should be your tagline.
Yeah, I would really like that.
What's
one,
up,
though.
Will?
I keep forgetting to get it though.
Will tuned in. We're not working in the Define S yet. I know you really can't wait for that, but probably in a couple streams, because after we get this all cleaned up, which I'll probably end up finishing up myself tonight here at some point. Once we get this all cleaned up and taken apart, we're pulling that block. We're going to clean the mono block. I actually ordered a new RAM plexi top because I cracked. There's a couple little cracks around here from when I cleaned it last time and over tightened the screws. So we're going to be replacing the plexi top on the RAM block. The GPU block I'll actually just leave together because just last fall I cleaned that. I broke it all down and everything, so that's good to go. As far as I can tell, there's really nothing that bad in the block at all. I can't really see anything. So GPU block's fine. Mono block needs a complete cleaning. We're gonna redo the D-lid. We'll probably do that on Thursday night, I suppose. By Thursday night I should easily have this all apart, and we can clean the mono block, do a D-lid, redo a D-lid, put on a copper IHS. What's up, Calf? You said hi after you said oops. Well, I said oops first, but yeah. So after Thursday, we should have this thing kind of all taken apart, cleaned up. Then after we get done with all that, we can move it into the Define S, I guess. I'm working on making a new power supply shroud for it. I suppose I can do some video on this, guys, if you want to see this. I cut out the pieces tonight. So this will piece together in a new PSU shroud. I should be moving the monitor over. I guess one question I could ask you guys, keep the vertical GPU mod going into the Define S, or go to the regular horizontal GPU, like squares?
I mean, do you plan on putting more PCI stuff in, or?
No, the build is going to stay the same for hardware. This is my personal build. I have no plans on upgrading it hardware-wise. But this is the biggest upgrade it's going to get probably from here on out, besides maybe an SSD or two. We're going to go from, this would never actually even fit in here. There is no way. Yeah, it wouldn't fit me at all. So we're putting the 420 in. We're going from a 360 by 360 to a 360 by 420. However much that helps, I don't know. As I said before I disassembled this all, I ran temperature tests, so I guess by the end you guys will see how much a new rad, a slightly bigger rad, copper IHS, redoing D-lid, cleaning it all. He says keep it vertical. I'm thinking about keeping it vertical. It really shouldn't be too hard to mod in that case. I might even still be able to use this piece that I made for the Evolve here. I'm not sure. I'll probably just end up making a new one anyways. But it's not hard. I can do a video on that if you guys want to see that. We'll see what I have time for. Nonetheless, we'll get it done this week. So, which GPU water blocks face upwards for horizontal mounting? Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's how I feel about it. Like, I mean, you spend so damn much on your water blocks for GPUs these days. Like, most are like 140, 150 bucks. Why would you not want to see, like, the whole block? So, I'll keep it vertical. Not to mention, I think this freaking TT riser was like 80 bucks. So, yeah, the TT riser is really nice. The PCIe extension or riser cable, whatever you want to call it, really nice, but they are not cheap. So, be nice to still use that. I guess from here on out, though, I'm just going to keep draining it and filling it with distilled, like you guys think is the best method.
Just once again saying, the only person that said it's the best method has been Lightning.
That's true. Why do we ever listen to that guy?
I mean, again, you want your components to be staying great forevermore? I mean,
yeah, dude, that actually sounds pretty good at this point. More gray.
It's a gray themed anyway.
Yeah, more gray. Don't you guys think that the gray that I made, because what I always meant to do was to match this shroud, the Asus ROG gray, basically. And, like, it's probably hard to see with that camera so far away. But I think this is a lot closer. This is, well, obviously this is only getting lighter now. It's still kind of similar, but this is a way better gray. So I actually got to get another bottle of this from Daniel. Daniel will be sending me more UFO coolant, and he's got his radiator cleaner, I believe. We kind of already used Blitz tonight, but we could always test out his too. As well as his loop cleaner. So we may very well just use that on all the parts once we get them all back together and into the Define S. So we're eating that hopefully this week. And I guess we'll just be streaming that Thursday night, 5, I think. It does look way better. The black fleet isn't anywhere as cool as the acrylic block. That's true. Except for when you get the nice polished nickel block, those do look pretty, or not block, but backplate. Those look pretty spiffy in my opinion. Just depends on the whole build though. I personally like to see the clear plexi block, if that's what you got. Reverse motherboard mounting, here's that. That's true, dude. Reverse motherboard mounting is one way to go about it. It's a little too late for my Define S for reverse motherboard mounting now. I already got that custom resin there, so doing that would be a little difficult. But
I've always found it odd that reverse mounting happens when you also like reverse the tray so it points right, not left out of the case.
yeah, exactly. Out of the front. It almost makes kind of sense. I guess having like your video cables out the back is nice. But having some USB out the front, I mean, your case already has that, but have you ever mounted vertical in the 570X? No, but if you want to like check out what I did for this, all I basically made was an acrylic panel, and then I made a vertical PCIe, 2-slot vertical PCIe thing out of acrylic, and it's actually not even like bolted to this. The tubes hold this thing up, so that's kind of nifty. The next one I'll just redo in there. I can kind of make a little video for you guys and show you how that process works. I'm going to see if turning it on and off helps. Because it's going at like what looks like more than I can almost blow into it for pressure.
I mean, usually when I do the blow-by method, I keep filling as it drains. So.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. You can keep doing that. But it's just kind of goofy how how slow the pump is pushing this liquid through. I don't know what it's going to take. Oh, wow. Wow. It seems to be getting like airlocked. Because even when I'm putting just distilled in, it wants to come out the top right where I'm putting it in. and it's literally blowing it out the top. There's like a giant bubble right here, and it's just making it nasty. So I'll keep on working on getting that all. How long does it take to empty your system? For me, I'm never patient enough, like these guys said, to do the blow-by method and keep filling it up with distilled until you get like a good clear distilled mixture. For me, what I usually do is I just drain the whole reservoir, tip it around a bit, and try to get as much into the res as I can. There's almost always some left in the GPU block and the other two blocks. Obviously, it's in the rads a bit still too. So I just kind of take it apart piece by piece with a whole roll of paper towels on hand, and I kind of just dry up what I couldn't drain out. Usually takes me like half hour to an hour to pull it all apart, depending on how much of a rush I'm in. But I've actually, with this system, in this case, I have before torn it down and had it all back together within 8 hours. So that wasn't too bad. Like, I had everything out of it, and then I put it all back together, including all the mods and everything. So it can be worse. However, this build is just kind of getting to be a pain, and I guess I'm ready for a change. And I figured you guys wouldn't mind seeing me do a new build. So we'll do that this week, and I suppose maybe I'll do another weekend stream for you guys. Is this cutting? Yeah, it is cutting me off. It's a little hard. If I sat down, but my bucket's there. So over the week, we'll get this all cleaned up, and by the weekend, hopefully we'll be building in the new case. So I'll kind of take you guys along for the ride. But until Thursday night, I will see you guys around on Discord and Facebook. By the way, Zeke, like I said, you gotta message me. You get some Blitz Part 2 whenever we get it back in stock. So hopefully within the next week or two here we'll have that. But tune into the next stream, guys. Thursday at 5. Makes sense to me. Not too bad if you only have to do it every 2 to 6 months or so. Yeah, and honestly, this still could have kept going. There was nothing wrong with the coolant. I'm just honestly ready for a change. The monoblock is probably due for a cleaning, and that's really about it. That's the only thing that's kind of pressuring me to get it done. Is just because the monoblock could use a cleaning. But we will get to that on the next stream. That is for another night. It'll take a while to get this all apart and everything anyways. But we'll be ready Thursday night. Hopefully the case will be mostly ready. And you guys will come back with some more questions. We can see if we can do another giveaway for you guys on Thursday. Otherwise, just hang out in the Discord. Hang out in the Facebook group. There's always giveaways coming up and some discounts for PPCs. So don't miss that. And I will catch you guys all in the next one. So have a good night, everybody, and happy modding. Peace out.